Hello, everyone, and welcome to the O'Hare Wealth Management Weekly Update for November 19th. I'm Jerry Jones with O'Hare Wealth Management. It's a pleasure to be with you. As always, we encourage you to submit questions for us to consider on future calls to service@o'harewealth.com, or you may text or call us at the number listed on the screen. This week, we're talking about charitable giving. What should I be considering for year-end charitable giving? End-of-year donations are crucial to charities as they can receive sometimes up to half of their annual donations in the period beginning November 1st and ending on December 31st. To make a donation, you should choose a cause or a charity that is close to your heart and near to your values. Make sure they are a qualified organization and be aware of the tax deadline for giving, which in most cases is December 31st. On today's call, we're going to talk about two types of charitable giving. One, qualified charitable distributions, or QCDs for short, and two, donor advised funds, or DAF for short. Let's start with qualified charitable distributions. QCDs are a charitable donation made directly from a taxable IRA. It's a tax-neutral way to satisfy some or all of a required minimum distribution, or RMD. Individuals aged 70 and a half and older are qualified to use these, and to do so, you should contact a member of our team today to discuss your options. Let's look at two different scenarios of using a QCD to satisfy an RMD. In scenario one, the client, Phil, takes a portion of his annual RMD as a QCD. In this example, Phil's annual RMD requirement is $15,000. He makes a QCD of $10,000 to the charity of his choice. As a result, only Phil's remaining RMD of $5,000 will count towards his taxable income. Now in scenario two, he uses the entire annual RMD required of $15,000 and makes a charitable distribution to his charity of $15,000. As a result, Phil satisfies his full RMD by making a QCD. His taxable RMD income is now zero rather than $15,000. Next, let's talk about donor advised funds. These are tax-deductible accounts that are established for the sole purpose of charitable giving. Once you open a donor advised fund, you begin by contributing money to it. We invest the balance for tax-free growth, and this allows you to grant charities money from your account on an annual basis. These are tax-deductible charitable gifts of appreciated stock or cash. These grants can be in any amount of your choosing, and we help you choose charities that are A, qualified, and B, near and dear to your values. Next, we're going to move on to our charitable giving deadlines. December is a busy time, as you can imagine, and we would encourage you to give earlier in the month versus later. Let's start with December 1st. The deadline to submit a grant request from your donor advised fund for 2025 approval is December 1st, if your grant does not meet auto approval criteria. Next, we move on to December 12th. The deadline to submit a grant request from your donor advised fund for 2025 approval and deadline to open and/or fund a new RJ Charitable Donor Advised Fund. This is very important for those of you who are just learning about donor advised funds, and particularly if you would like to establish one before the end of the year. I would recommend contacting us earlier or sooner versus later, but December 12th is the deadline for us to guarantee that we can get it established before end of year. Next, the very crucial December 31st. December 31st is the deadline for 2025 donor advised fund contribution checks to be postmarked, and it is also the deadline for 2025 qualified charitable distributions, or QCDs. Again, earlier in the month is greatly appreciated, but December 31st is your deadline no matter what. I would encourage you to contact a member of our team, and we can walk you through how to get these established or make these donations in a timely fashion. That brings us to this month's book recommendation, 1493. We're hearing a lot of good feedback from you out there who have read the book already. For those who haven't, please see the review that is also attached to this email. With that, I'd like to wrap up this week's call and thank you for your time. It's an exciting time of the year, and we hope you will contact us and let us know if you have any questions for next week's call. On behalf of the O'Hare Wealth Management team, I'm Jerry Jones. Thank you for joining us. We look forward to talking to you soon.